All right. I think we'll get going. Welcome to our second State of the City. I was trying to come up with something clever, but I really couldn't because we don't have anyone to pardon, and I don't have any documents to sign tonight, so we're just going to have to live with the presentation. So, again, welcome to our State of the City. Thank everyone for coming. I do want to recognize staff that's here. So I see Sarah Moore is here. Give a little. And I know Ben back there is there, Chief of Police, and Ben up here, our fire chief is here. We have some consul. Anyone else from the staff? Consul, I see Kim is here, and Joel, Billy's here. All right. And again, I would like to take the opportunity too to thank Ken Warner and Evan Masters. They were consul people in 2024, which is sort of some of this, a lot of what we talk about tonight. But again, thanks to everyone who ran for consul and so forth. So again, it's sort of exciting to have that. So again, welcome. Again, I'd like to also take the opportunity to thank Eric up in the booth. We're recording tonight. Hopefully next year we'll be streaming and we'll get it onto the website as soon as we can. Actually, I had a lot of people reaching out today asking if we were recording and getting it on or if we were streaming. We're getting there. So thanks to Eric up there. And then also finally to the school. And if you didn't realize after this, they're going to do their one-act play. They'll do a public performance. So if you want to stick around, I think these one-act plays, if I remember right, are last like 10 minutes. So they're just one act is all there is to it. So we'll get rolling. So again, go to the next slide. Again, we continue to try to improve our website. And so I always encourage people to be attending or getting to the website and seeing what changes are being made. Again, it's always fluid. It's ongoing every day. I'm sure Sarah's in charge of sort of the website. She could probably spend hours every day and still not get to where we want to be. So again, it's ongoing, but again, I encourage you to continue to look at it. And I really try to push people to the calendar. And if you just go up there to how do I, and then you'll find the calendar. Again, a lot of times, a lot of questions are answered there. You know, is it recycling week? When's garbage coming because we had Martin Luther King Day? Is it a day late? It's all there. You know, so it's you don't even need to call, just look it up and there you should have it. So again, paying utilities, all those kinds of things, next slide, are available. Again, things we're trying to do. Again, that improves our communication. Again, a lot of stuff came out today about the state of the city. We have, again, the calendar. My mayor minutes are there. Council agenda minutes are there. We've set up now text notification. So again, if you were signed up, you probably got a text today about notifying of this happening tonight. And we are setting up a Teams room as well, which will allow us then to record and stream our council meetings, other meetings. That's why I said we're getting there. So hopefully by next year, then we'll be able to just have this streamed and we won't have to find it on the website. So again, a lot of things, again, dealing with communicating, trying to get information out to our residents. So again, that's part of what we're doing. I want to update you quickly on our Parks Board. Again, it's been very active this year. And again, they're getting very organized, which is great to see. We've got long-term goals all the way, I think, through almost 2028 of things that we really want to accomplish and get to. This year, the long-term was the tennis court conversion. So again, that was really there. Other things that happened, we got new doors on the Heritage Park shelter. The walls and the ceilings were all painted, along with upgraded lighting. We got in 15 new trees, and again, that's going to be ongoing every year, trying to keep up with the new trees. And again, the tennis court conversion. 2 of the courts came to 6 pickleball courts. 1 remained a basketball area, and the 4th one is we're working on continuing to make that like a fitness court. So and again, not only that, but it would have 4 square in there, it would have hopscotch, it would have The Gaga pit is now in there. So again, if you're at the shelter, it's wet out, it's raining out or something, being able to come down and use those courts. We renamed the park by the library to Bonspiel Park, again, helping build our brand and our tradition of curling. We are the curling capital of Minnesota, so again, that is another thing. And again, that the sign there on the north side of the Bonspiel Park shows a picture of actually where they were curling on that exact site. So that's sort of cool with that. And then thanks to Pioneer Bank, they volunteered to paint that shelter in that Bonspiel Park, and they've done this, some painting and updating every year. So thanks to Pioneer Bank for their contribution there. So again, Parks is very active. This year, our main thrust is we're looking hard at the playground equipment in Heritage Park. It's really getting outdated. We just need to continue to get that updated. Again, making it inclusive for all people. And so again, that's a large task on their plate, but one, again, we need to continue to tackle and just keep working towards. Photo of the month. Again, we ran photo of the month last year, and thanks to everyone who put photos in. It's been very fun to see those, and again, we get it out. It goes to a lot of people for the voting, and again, you can see some of them that came through. And again, thanks to the messenger, they try to get those in, you know, the winning groups. So again, all the pictures with their different themes going through. And again, so we also now we created Photo of the Year. So if you were winners of Photo of the Month, then your picture went into the Photo of the Year voting. Okay? So our third place went to Whitney Sheely. Just hang on just a little bit. Whitney Sheely right here. And Whitney Sheely got second place as well. And actually, she hit the trifecta. Whitney Sheely was first place winner, and there's her picture. I think it was Father's Day, and a picture of Mike and the girls. So Whitney, would you come on up? We got a little presentation for you. We're going to actually make you come all the way up on stage. You know, I don't know if Mike told you that, but it's worth it. So every month the winner gets like $20 or something like that for winning Photo of the Month. I can't even remember what the amount was. 25? 25. All right. Well, since she got the trifecta, Whitney's going to get $300 tonight for her efforts. And again, it was sort of crazy how I looked at the voting, and I don't even, it's just like the months, right? And the votes come down, and so I go down to the bottom and I tally them up, and I go, okay, that's column G was first, and then column here, and then A was here, and then I go back to the month of the picture, and I look, and it was Whitney Sheely. I go, that was Whitney Sheely. Holy cow, Whitney Sheely got all three. And again, it was just like, so the voters must like your photography. So Whitney tonight is going to get a canvas framed picture of her winning photo. And not only that, come on over here. Let's get a picture. We get a picture right here. And so now you'll have to take, Christine, your time is run out for your Photo of the Year. So now your photo here will go on every Mayor Minute every month. So there you go. Congratulations. And thanks for all your efforts.
Thanks.
All right. So sort of a fun little thing to do to keep people involved. Next, I want to go on to, I think it's daycare. Again, I talked about this last year, and we've had tons of meetings on this. We've been at this. I see Robert Harris is in the house. When did we start? A couple of years ago, trying to figure out how can we solve some daycare issues. And we started looking at all the numbers for a center. And that was over $1 million, and that just numbers didn't work because you needed so many kids. And again, it just didn't work right out for having a center. So then we changed gears, and we were again continuing to work. How do we start to solve some of the issue of having, more slots in town. Because again, it's hard to have more business coming to town if they're bringing kids, okay? And then we don't have a place for them. So again, and then the housing issue, so it's no different than what I talked about last year, the three-legged stool. Business, housing, and daycare. They go together, and we need all of those, to continue to thrive and grow as a city. So we have partnered with, and again, through the efforts of CETA, we got a Comp Here grant, and that helped us do a study. And again, we partnered up with the business of childcare, and it's sort of a cool concept. So it's a house. It'll be a prefabbed house. It'll go in. It'll be built off-site, brought in, and put up. And then we're going to work at finding someone who can come in and run that site, okay, for 10 to 12 students. All right. So again, we're not going to have a place for 30 because that doesn't work. But if we can start with 10 and do another house for 10 and another one, and again, encourage. So it's sort of like in-home daycare, but for instance, if a current daycare provider wanted to get their house back, if that was what they wanted, they could use this. So, so there's a lot of benefits to it. And again, the good news is we received a $175,000 deed grant for that effort. We still have some to go, but I wish I would have brought it. I got an email today that they're coming down to do some photos and some interviews and stuff. We're the first to do this in the state of Minnesota. I mean, they're so excited, and again, this could be the change of a daycare, part of the solution. So they're really excited, and we're really excited. And so again, our challenge now will be to come up with some other local funding, some grant dollars, more grant dollars, because again, the thinking is this is really cutting edge. They're doing it in other parts of the country, and it got brought here. And we happened to be in the right place, I think, at the right time, and had the right connections. And we got the deed grant, which is not easy to get. But again, especially in this particular setting, we're excited about this, and there'll be more to come. I think we've got a meeting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, just dealing with this particular issue of again continuing this project. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting time, and again, I think it'll. I still have had trouble comprehending, but they say this is big, so big that they really think the Metro TVs are going to be down here. I mean, we're going to be the epicenter of the child care solution, so we'll see. I hope it is. I said, we'll brag up Mapleton all day long and let them know where it is. So we're hoping, and again, it's a solution to it's basically a one-bedroom house that's geared to daycare. So again, exciting time for, hopefully we're gaining some ground on that solution. So moving on from daycare is our CETA report. Now, Robert, when did you move, or when did you? End of August. We lost Robert, and he was our CETA person for a year and a half or so. And then Jack Wheeler came on board. Now, Jack called in sick tonight. We had a meeting this morning, and then he said he was going home sick, so I said I'll try and fumble through his slide for you tonight. But Jack spends 2 days a week here in Mapleton, 2 days a week in Le Sueur, and then 1 day a week he sort of gathers his thoughts and prepares for the next week and projects that we got going on, or however that might work. So again, we remain active in the REV program, Rural Entrepreneur Ventures. And again, that's been a real good partnership to have. If you remember, we were in that program for 3 years. We graduated from it, but we're still involved with it. And again, the good part is the networking piece that's out there. We're really able to see what other communities are doing and share what we're doing. So again, that's a good part. Again, they've been instrumental in the strategic plan that we've been going through with CETA. And again, you'll be hearing more about that in a little bit. And we actually were pretty successful this year with grants. Now again, realize that $211,175 of that was a deed grant, but we still received a lot of other grant monies that have allowed us to do some other things that again we'll sort of show you when we get to the next slide. And also now we've collaborated with other various community regional partners, and again that's a strength I think of the CETA program and the CETA people that we have. We're actually, Jack and I are sort of doing a class at MSU, or helping with a class, Innovative Consulting. So it's like 20 kids, juniors and seniors, and we've given them like 5 programs. And their mission is to think outside the box, okay? Not just like, okay, I'm gonna do this and what everyone does. We want them thinking, and the professor wants them thinking way outside the box and how we can, make things happen here in small towns or any town. So again, that's sort of exciting too, that I spent Monday. I was in their class for an hour and a half talking about Mapleton, and it's going to be really interesting to see. Some stuff we may not use, and they know that, okay? We may not use it now, but we maybe use it down the road. So again, it's something we can put in the playbook and have ourselves ready for it at a later time. So again, it's just that collaboration. Again, also with our own school here. CETA and Robert had started with that. Like Shark Tanks kind of stuff. I know Jackie Deering's class has done a lot with, startup businesses, which you'll see we're going to have a business challenge as well. They have a career day, a local career day for Maple River area stuff, businesses that are going on. And today too, we had actually a follow-up with Rev. I call them 30-somethings are sticking around, and why is that? And again, I think it's just some of the stuff we have going on that people want to stick around in the small towns. So anyway, with CETA, his office is the first office as you come into the bank from the south, right on the corner there. So he's here most every Tuesday and Thursday. So I encourage you, if you have help with anything, dealing with economic development, business, whatever it might be, no matter how big or how small you may be, whether it's a concept, whatever it is, please stop in and use the resources. They've got so much connections and resources for any and all businesses. So, and again, that's an important and vital part. So, CETA. All right, next up, I have asked Ms. Colleen Lindeman to come up and say a few words about assessment. Oh, keep going. Here are some of the grants. I forgot we added this slide. We have the deed. If you saw, we have the new Welcome to Mapleton billboard. We had the speed awareness trailer that Ben and his crew uses. We got some funding for some pickleball lines. We got a new Daily Park sign out there that Mr. Coons was, spearheaded. So again, we've gotten a lot of these things, and a lot of this was foundation dollars. Not only our local foundation, but the Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation had a grant program, and thankfully Ben had decided to do a speed awareness trailer. And all of a sudden they said, well, do you want us to match that $3,000 you donated? I go, yeah. What are you talking about? Well, we've got this. There was actually a pot of $70,000, and it was to the first come, first serve, and it was dollar for dollar match. So we wrote 11 grants, and we ended up getting about $28,000 out of them. Now again, we had to match that, but again, a lot of those dollars were from our foundation, okay? And again, those dollars are interest dollars that we're getting from our endowment or other endowments that are in our foundation. So again, it was really a good thing, and I think we got a lot of upgrade kind of stuff. And I can share one more thing, and then you got the floor clean. We had a welcome to Mapleton initiative. So the new residents here, we've had one at the splash pad. We had hot dogs and stuff. And again, we've got a bag for them. We're using some napkins. We've got ink pens. We have our own little labeled water bottle. You know, again, just to, again, welcome these people, make connections, and again, you know, I think those are all good things. So that's sort of our initiative. So Colleen is here to talk to us about something we have coming up in the next couple of years. So I want her to, we got to live for that light. Okay, it's all yours.
Hi.
Oops.
I'm Colleen Lindeman. I am the president of Maple River Heritage here in Mapleton, which is also the sponsor of Town and Country Days. And I'm also the director of the museum here in town. The museum has been active for between 20 and 25 years, and our building has been open for 10. And Jeff had asked me to kind of highlight the things that have been happening here in Mapleton, not only by what we're doing, but what's going on in our community. So, and we just, the Burns organization just celebrated their 60th crowning of Miss Bonnie Lass, which is a huge milestone as far as a Queen's program or a scholarship program. Representing our town, these ladies go out and they represent the best part of Mapleton in showing people what we do and who we are. In 2025, our museum building also will be open 10 years, so that's a milestone. 2026, Maple River Burns will be celebrating their 150th celebration. Huge milestone. Heather Curling Club will be celebrating their 75th anniversary of their building that they're in right now. So that building will be 75 years old, another big milestone. And in 2028, the city will be celebrating their sesquicentennial, 150 years. And that's of the incorporation. So that's of this city site, and they were incorporated in 1878. So we'll be celebrating 150 years here. All these organizations are volunteer-driven. The Burns Club, the Town and Country Days, the museum, all the people that are doing all this work are volunteers. And we're, of course, always shorthanded. So we're asking anybody that might be interested in participating to either contact Jeff, myself, or James at the bank. Let us know. There's other things that are out here that we're doing. There's the new Fall Festival in the park. Wonderful ways to welcome new people to town. If you're interested, please let us know. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Say, Colleen, hang on just a second. Got a question for you. You know, every year we do a Citizen of the Year. Guess what, Colleen? You were suckered into coming up here on stage to give us a little doodah about all the stuff we have coming up. But actually, Colleen, you are the 2024 Citizen of the Year. Now, look at that lovely picture. All right, next, hit it again there, Eric. So again, a little bit now. Did you have someone interview you about some school project they had going on? This, yeah, one of the, wasn't it? Yeah, the grandkids or Sarah, someone, yeah. It was actually for us. And I give them an A for their efforts. Clean, 78 grad of Mapleton, 3 adult children, married to Jeff Lindeman. And her quote, "You can't take from a community without giving back." She's given back. Next, a little bit about some of the things Colleen's involved with. And again, we've sort of talked about that. She was a Girl Scout, of course, back in the day. She was Miss Bonnie Lass, first runner-up. I think 77. Involved in her church in various ways. Member of the Maple River Burns Club and the Queen's Committee. Mapleton Chamber, chair of Town and Country Days, and director, as she said, of Mapleton Heritage Museum. So with that, I'd like to present Colleen as our 2024 Citizen of the Year. We got to get a picture right here. All right.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Yep. Thank you for all you do, all you've done, and all you will do, because you're not done yet. Now, also what we do, I've started, now again, some people ask, who votes on this, who does this? There's 3 people that vote on that award and the next award. Me, myself, and I. Okay, and all I need is a majority vote, so I just need to get 2 votes, and there you go. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it's 2 here and 1 here, so again, the 2 win. I started also Business Organization of the Year. And this year, it is Maggie J's. So, Jason and Maggie, would you guys come on up, please? So briefly talking a little bit about Maggie J's. Maggie J's is a premier restaurant and bar located in downtown Mapleton, Minnesota, established in 2015 by its owner, Jason Langworthy. The restaurant has quickly become a beloved spot, which I think all will agree on. So here was the recipe for success that I came up with. If we start with a little dash of Jason Langworthy, a talented chef with 8 years of culinary experience, add a little pinch of creativity inspired by his passion for painting and a dream of owning his own restaurant. Then you need to fold in Maggie Veit, a hardworking, high-energy partner with a bubbly personality who brings the perfect balance to the team. Blend these 2 together, and we create a beautiful restaurant space. Let it age for about 10 years, and what do you get? You get the 2024 Business of the Year. Congratulations.
I was going to say, after 10 years, you get tired, but Business of the Year.
Congratulations. So we want you to display that proudly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, we'll see you at the restaurant. Again, thanks for them for their efforts. And again, without Maggie J's, our Main Street, it'd be a tough thing. So we want to get a little picture right here.
Thank
All right,
you all.
beautiful.
Thanks, Brett.
Yep. So again, thanks to all those. Now again, there's a lot of people out there that could get that award, but this is our 2nd year doing it. And I was thinking, you know, if Swanson would have started that in the early 1900s when he first became mayor, just think how many people we'd have. So again, we've got a long ways to go. It's an initiative that I hope, you know, will continue when I'm no longer mayor. But again, as long as I am, we'll recognize these kinds of people because it's important. So again, and it's, so I started watching right after the beginning of the year now. So I've got 1 month under my belt of trying to figure out who the next citizen and business/organization. If you remember last year, the organization was our FFA, and the citizen was James. So again, big shoes to fill, but I think you guys can do it, and you've done a great job. All right, so that's sort of 2024 in a nutshell. We'll move on to 2025 real quick. And again, we have sort of 4 initiatives. That's the way I see it. 1 is strategic plan. 2 is facilities. 3, we have the business challenge. And 4th, as Colleen mentioned, was collaboration, volunteerism. How do we continue to be sustainable within a small community? So strategic plan. Again, we have supported with a grant from Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation, and we've partnered with CETA to help facilitate the strategic plan. We had a number of meetings talking about all kinds of different topics that created a survey that went out, and thanks if you completed that. We had over 150 actually complete the survey, which CETA was very happy with. They said that's one of the most they've had from a town our size. So again, we had some interaction, and again, as with any strategic plan, it's always on the go, it's fluid, it's changing, but again, it's going to give us a vision, an idea of where we want to go as a community. And so that's sort of where we were at. And so now we've got a plan. I think it's actually being presented next Tuesday at the council meeting. No, the 4th? March 4th at the council meeting. So again, we're always looking, we'll always be looking to change it. So our vision is what we have first. Mapleton aims to be a vibrant, welcoming community that promotes growth, sustainability, and a strong sense of belonging. As the curling capital of Minnesota, it celebrates its Scottish heritage while fostering an environment where families, businesses, and individuals can thrive, with a focus on education, community support, and preserving its small town charm. I think that sums up pretty good. And again, this isn't mine, it's not the council's, it's our community. You are the ones that put the information in through your surveys, and this is sort of what comes out of it, right? So again, we hope that comes close. So that's our big vision up here. Now our mission, Mapleton is dedicated to building a vibrant community, boosting economic opportunities for businesses, providing a supportive environment by working towards the goals outlined in the strategic plan, which is what we'll get to. So that's going to be our mission. And again, that's going to help us as a council make decisions as we go down the path. Because we know where we want to go, we see the vision, we know the mission, and again, if it's not connecting with that, you know, we've got to make a decision. If we need to table it, put it, you know, again, maybe go a different way. So again, that hopefully is going to help us and trickle down. We come up with core values, again, the brainchild of Miss Kim Wilde. So thanks for that. So again, mentorship. We foster learning, leadership, growth by mentoring the next generation to preserve our community's legacy. Adaptability. We embrace change and innovation while respecting the town's traditions and history. Again, that's sometimes a tough one. Progressive. We support initiatives that promote sustainable development and enhance the quality of lives for all residents. And you'll see some of that coming out here a little bit later. Legacy. We honor our Scottish heritage and contributions of the past generations as the foundation for our future. Engagement. We encourage active participation and collaboration among residents, businesses, and visitors in community life. T for teamwork. We value cooperation and collective efforts to strengthen our community. Create an environment where everyone has a chance to grow, thrive, and succeed. Going back to sort of our, the playground, being inclusive for all people. Nurturing. We care for our people, environment, and heritage with compassion, dedication for the well-being of all. So spelling out Mapleton and putting those core values, again, that's really the nuts and bolts of what we want to be, who we want to be, and where we make our decisions from as we move forward. So again, we hope that this is something that can always change, but I think our vision, our mission, and our core values can remain the same. So as we move on from that, the strategic plan outlines 1 to 5 year goals focused on the key areas. And these were the key areas that the survey hit. And these are pretty overall areas that all cities have to deal with. Housing, economic development, infrastructure, city facilities, and then sustainability, including the Green Step City initiatives, the stormwater system improvements, and looking at some solar lighting and so forth. So again, this is where now we've sat down, and again, those goals that were presented to us, we met a couple times as a council and refined those goals, tried to move them around, and again, put them out over these goals, probably over about a 3 to a 4 year span. And again, we did this a little last year, and again, some of those goals we didn't get to in 2024, so they've been slid over to 25, which again slides some things down. But again, at least now we do have some good direction and an idea of where we want to go. because that's really important. So now we need, as a council now, to make sure we're referencing these, the mission, the vision, the core values, and our goals, making sure that we're hitting those benchmarks. So as we move on, so also in the final step of this, we are meeting with city departments, because again, that's a vital role that they play. So there's 4 areas, and so we're going to meet quarterly. So each department, which would be police and fire, admin, the liquor store, and police, right? Did I say that already? Public Works. So the 5 that we meet with, and again, so in this first quarter, which we're doing currently, we're sort of recapping the previous year, and we've outlined goals and objectives for the upcoming year. And again, in those discussions, hopefully they're also aligning with the mission and vision that we've set forth as a community, as a city, and now as we come down, hopefully that we're staying in line. Second quarter, we'll review department budgets. Again, going through that, we'll have Ben and the police come in with the council and staff, and we'll sit down and look at the budget. And again, if we know what they're wanting to do, what their vision is, what their projects are, what they want to try to accomplish in 2025, 26, 27, we can start budgeting towards those things. And again, I think that'll help us in the long run and in the big picture. And then third quarter, we want to tour all the facilities. We did that a little bit last year. But again, we've got 2 new council people. And again, when you start thinking about it, we have a lot of facilities. And again, it's for us to really understand what our facilities are and what needs to happen. And again, what's the vision of our leaders, of our department heads? You know, they're the ones that are leading their department. So again, and then it's us as a council needing to take what Ben has done and Hunter's done and Jake's done and the admin's done. And, you know, that's our task, is to separate those out and say, okay, you all want this. Guess what? It can't happen, right? So now we need to pare back and we need to start, you know, putting that whole plan together. And that's part of what we as a council need to do, okay? And then down in the fourth quarter, at the end of our calendar year, we'll reflect on the year. We'll try to do, again, that little recap and then get a vision for the next year, for the future. If maybe it's the next year or maybe it's 5 years out, whatever it might be. Again, so that we're always being progressive and that we're trying to meet the needs of our departments, which are serving you as residents. So it's this sort of a vicious circle. So this, again, this process ensures that we maintain a unified vision as we move forward, and a finalized copy, we'll be getting it out on the website like March 4th. They'll be presenting that to the council. We'd love to have you there to listen in as well. You get it firsthand, but we certainly will get it out onto the website. We've still got some work to do with that plan, but go ahead to the next slide. So we move on to facilities, which again was our second one, which also falls within the strategic plan. And this is a big one. You know, so we're working with, in collaboration with ICS out of the cities. Again, another one of those Compeer grants where we were able to, you know, get a study done and see where we were at. So beginning in 2025, the City Council and the Facilities Committee will meet monthly with ICS. And this, again, will be after the first council meeting, sometimes in person, sometimes virtual. We have the virtual option. If I'm not around, I can, you know, get in virtually, or if they can't make it down from the cities. But again, we're going to meet every month so that we continue to move forward on this project, because again, it's a big project. The ultimate goal is to develop a comprehensive, long-term plan for all city-owned facilities. This plan will enable us to budget effectively and set realistic expectations for the future. if I remember right, when the bill came back, if we were to get things just up to code, it was like $4 million. You know, so again, it's a lot of money. So we've got to come up with a plan, how we're going to be creative, how we're going to, you know, set some things up and go. Now, we have met, so on the next page you'll see the first priority of the facility will be the municipal on and off sale. All options are being researched, from a new facility to upgrading, updating the present facility. There's really, you know, this is going to be a fluid thing, but this is what the facilities committee has recognized as their first option, or their first task to go after. So again, we'll be looking at that. Again, like I said, we'll be meeting on Tuesday, because that'll be the first council meeting of the month. So we will be having a meeting, and again, that will be ongoing all the time. So again, that's just to let you have an idea of, this is sort of where we're at. Can it change? Yeah, it can change. You know, maybe it's not realistic. Maybe we need to do something else. But that's been what's been pointed out for our first task. So again, in no specific order, as of now, other facilities that are being looked at: city admin, which is also connected with our police, which is connected also to the liquor store, as you may know, our community center, our library, the Eagle's Nest, the fire station. All these can use some improvements. Again, we need to remain open-minded, and again, like I said, that's why we got someone in that professionally can help us lead us down these paths and sort of direct and guide the discussions and allowing us to make the thought process and be able to come up with decisions. Again, my guess, because they did it last time, we will be sending out, and again, this is where we're today, is from information that we had got from you last year. If you remember the last year, the thought bubble and all the stuff that helped us create this facility plan, this is sort of what we're taking information from, and we need to continually get your information, your thoughts, as we go through this process. It's not going to be easy, okay? But we need to come up with a plan. We need to have a direction. So again, with our mission, our vision, our core values, we think we'll get there. Again, when I mean it's not going to be like if we did even the liquor store, the municipal, it's going to be 2026 before you even see something happening. It's going to take time, and then after that, and after that, and after that. But again, we'll always be open-minded, trying to improve and make our facility plan one that we can carry out throughout time. So again, that's again a big one. Yep. So we have a business challenge. This is a sort of a Jack Wheeler CETA initiative, and I won't say we stole it. We gathered the idea from Jackson, Minnesota. Okay, and again, what it is it's an effort to create a new business in Mapleton under the EDA guidance of Jack Wheeler. And so again, in 2025, if you know of someone who wants to start a business, or maybe they've already started one and they're just in the beginning phases of it, we're going to ask for them to submit a business concept, whatever it is. All right, I'll just use a food truck. I want to start a food truck, okay? And whatever I might say about that, it'll be on the website, your city website. And again, that concept, we'll look at those and we'll pare it down to what we think is reasonable. And then you'll need to submit a business plan. We got timelines on this. I didn't want to share that information with you. If you're really interested or know someone who is, That whole business plan will be on the website for you to look at. And from there, then your business plan, and then following that, if you're one of the few that make it through that stage, then you're going to come in front of a group of people and you'll present an oral presentation about your plan, your business plan, and what it is, okay? And then we'll announce a winner for that. And if you happen to be the winner, the first concept is due February 28th. So if you have a concept, you're just going to have, and again, that'll be on there, Jack Wheeler at CEDAUSA.com. His email will be in the packet. If you happen to be the one that gets chosen, you're going to get a $10,000 forgivable loan. We've got the messenger is going to do some print commercial advertising valued at $700. We've got a 6-month free internet service from Fidium. We've got 2 hours legal service from Sellers Law. We've got 5 hours of technical assistance from the Business Development Center in Mankato. We've got financial assistance from Pioneer Bank coming in talking about finance, what you're going to need to do. And then we've got $500 value at Snap Graphics for apparel, artistic graphic art design or signage. So again, all these things that you would take for you to say get this food truck running, you would be able to do. So a little ad in the paper or an article in the paper about your business. Maybe because if I'm going to run a food truck, I'm probably going to want credit cards, so I'm going to need wireless internet to run those credit cards. Some legal service. Maybe I need to set up a 501c3 or an LLC or whatever paperwork I might need. So all these things are going to be, sort of given to this winner. So again, what's our goal? Our goal is to try to create one new business every year for this community, and whatever that is. And again, if we get people thinking about it, then I think we're going to start again to see some more business stuff that may be happening. So it's just the business challenge. And again, thanks to those people that have all sponsored. You can go to the next slide, Eric. You'll see this coming around town. And again, you'll be able to go right here to the city website under the Business Challenge and the Mapleton Business Challenge MBC and find all the stuff. There's a QR code, so if you're out and about, click the QR code and see. So again, maybe it's not you. I'm not at the point in my life where I want to start a business, but I may know someone who does. Okay? So again, encourage people out there if they're thinking about something. Jason thought about it, probably before 10 years ago, thinking about having a business. So again, that's a prime example of Jason coming to us and saying, okay, this is what I want. And so maybe in 10 years, we've got another solid business whether it's on Main Street or in our community. So that's the business challenge part of it. So we're sort of excited about that. Now the one that sort of is, I think, Colleen referenced it. That's what keeps our small towns going. I'm part of this Burns Club group, and I see a lot of you out there. Man, that's been going for 150 years, and the only one that gets paid for anything really in that is probably the band. And back then, when we used to have our Cantmore Killies, we probably didn't even have to pay them. But again, that's a good example of, I think, of volunteers continually, having a passion for something and making sure that it continues to go. The Town and Country Days, the Fall Festival, the Songs on the Lawn, all those things are just, as Colleen mentioned, it's all done by volunteers. Now, we've also come to realize that not everybody wants to be on the board. Right, Colleen? Okay, right, James? But I know it works because we've done it. We've just asked people to do one thing, right? One ask. And again, we've had those come up. James and I have talked about this several times. We had a guy that ran the trolley, the tractor thing for the fall festival all day long. He loved doing it. And then we asked someone who just moved into town. I said, hey, she asked, what's this foundation about? And I said, well, come on over. And they came to the new resident thing. And I said, well, what are you doing Saturday? We need someone to supervise the bounce house. Oh, I'd love to do that. You don't have to be on the board. We'll find those people. We'll figure that out. That's your part, is to just do that one thing, whatever that one thing is. There's plenty of one things to do for Town and Country Days. There's plenty of things to do for Snowflake Dazzle, for Fall Festival. But again, if we all join in and just do one thing, life will be a lot simpler, and we'll be very successful. We continue to be successful. I'm not saying we're not successful now, but again, just making it that a little bit easier. All right? So we have now done something that we saw down in was it a foundation event down in Blue Earth? And a group in Iowa had taken and sort of had collaboration. And so what I mean by that is they have this big umbrella here, and underneath it are all our events. Town and Country Days, Burns Club, the Fall Festival, Songs on the Lawn. You just keep naming them off, okay? Now, all those events need basic things, right? They need advertising and promotions. Some need a parade. Some need vendors. Some need food. Some need entertainment. And guess what? All those groups have their own people doing each of those things. That's where you get burned out. And so if we have 5 of those things, we got 5 different people doing promotions. One for each of these things. Well, their theory and what we've taken on is we're trying to create over here this person for vendors, this person for promotions, advertising, this person for the parade, this group for vendors, this group for food. And we've identified experts in the area of PR and advertising. So if Town and Country Days wants promotions done, they go to this person. And this person does the promoting because that's what they love to do. That's their passion. If you like doing something, you'll keep doing it, right? But if it's a chore, if it's, oh my God, that's right, I got to do that next week, or it's just like, no, I don't want to do that. But if I love making posters, Miss Wilde, she never turns me down. She loves doing it. She got the passion for mail. She designs a lot of the stuff you saw tonight because she loves doing it. Again, she probably thrives and wants some more. Again, I'll pick on Sophie Sellers. She loves vendors. She's got all the names for it. Everything's there for her. It's very easy. And in fact, I envision Sophie sending a letter or an email or whatever it is, contact the vendors. I need what we have in Mapleton. We have Town and Country Days. We're going to have a vending show. The Fall Festival will have a vending show. Maybe Burns Club for the 150th is going to have a Scottish vending fair. And again, Snowflake Dazzle, we're going to have a winter, something for winter, your Christmas season. We're going to have these 4 things. Which ones do you want to come to? These are the dates, these are the times, this is the cost. One person in her little group, she can have people helping her, okay? And again, that's that one ask. So again, they need vendors, Sophie's the one. And now she's already done it for the whole year. We don't have to reinvent a wheel. We need food vendors. So you're going to go to the food vendor guru, the expert. So that's our thinking. That's our thought process on collaboration and what do you do. All right? So you may ask, how do I get involved? And again, this is a slide you probably saw last year. We've got the QR code. We've got to get it on our website, that people can volunteer. Again, this is where the one ask is. You say, I would like to help with, I'll just pick one, youth coaching or officiating. That's what I'd like to do. Or I want to help with loaves and fishes. You can go to there, just your name, your contact, and then you just click loaves and fishes. And what happens there is we generate the list of all the people that chose loaves and fishes. We send that to the loaves and fishes people, and now it's their job then to contact you saying, okay, I see you're interested in loaves and fishes. What do you think? What do you want to do? How can you help us? So again, I think that's where it is. Now, if you want to be on the board, we'll certainly take people for that. Again, that takes a different person. Okay? But again, everyone can help out in some way, shape, or form, just a little bit, just one ask. Just give us a little bit of your time and talent, and we can certainly use it. So again, that's the QR code. We'll get it all up there. Sarah's got a lot of work to do on the website. Sorry. But we'll get it on there. And again, if you ever have questions or you can't find something, you'll see my email's on the website too, or I think you know where I live, unfortunately. I'll listen. We'll get you that. We'll help. All right. So again, is there more to the slide? All right. Again, I just always like doing this. I think it's important that, again, part of our heritage, legacy that we have. These are all the mayors that we've had. And again, I've had that double checked with Tim Soley. So again, I think it's pretty accurate. And again, we need, I think, to get that out there. Oh, Swanson, you were only 1989. I thought it was 1909. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it felt like 09, right? So again, list of mayors. And soon we're going to have the one-act play, if they're getting ready. Right after this, certainly if you need to go home, that's fine, but people are coming in, so we're going to enjoy a one-act play. So that's, I think, all I got. That is actually one of the new Main Street banners. That's another grant that we got, so we're going to update our Main Street banners. That's one of them, that's what it looks like. So there's my contact if you need to get a hold of me. All right. So again, I want to thank you for coming. We kept it at an hour. All right, and again, we'll get it out. We'll probably have it, the full-blown thing, and then throughout, we'll probably break up the clips so we can do highlights from 24 and then on 25. Thanks for coming. We'll see you again next year about this time. All right? Thank you.